HHBT Second Generation Steel Structure Building System Smart Factory Workflow Demo. At Horizon Homes Building Technologies, we have developed a fully integrated smart steel structure factory featuring 4 smart production lines, as well as the Industrial Centralized Control System, ICCS. ICCS Industrial Centralized Control System. The Industrial Centralized Control System, independently developed by HHBT, is supported by a 5G industrial wireless network, enabling full workshop coverage, production process planning, production simulation, command execution, and real-time operational monitoring are centrally managed within the control room. Square tube production line. The 3-axis gantry crane picks up a specialized rotating tool, placing steel plates on all 4 sides into a square tube jig for assembly. Once assembled, the gantry crane transfers the square tube to the root welding station for root and fill welding. After welding one side, the gantry crane uses a rotating spreader to flip the tube 180 degrees to proceed welding on the other side. H-shaped steel production line. The 3-axis gantry crane places fully cut H-beam components into position, feeding them through an integrated assembly welding straightening machine. Once the bottom weld is completed, a T-shaped positioner flips the component 180 degrees. The gantry crane then transfers the components to the next integrated assembly welding straightening machine to complete welding on the opposite side. Once welding is complete, the gantry crane lifts the beam and transfers it to a temporary storage area. Smart Steel Node Production Line. Smart Cutting and Sorting Workstation. A laser cutting machine punches and cuts steel plates based on drawings and pre-programmed instructions. Upon completion, the sorting robot sorts and stacks the cut components to standard pallets, and a gantry crane transfers the pallets via RGV to the deburring workstation. Deburring workstation. The deburring workstation is equipped with 2 7-axis handling robots, automatically loading and unloading materials. After identifying each component through vision detection, the robot transfers the parts onto dedicated pallets. Component assembly and welding workstation. 7-axis handling robots retrieve components and transport them to the assembly workstation. The components are positioned using welding fixtures for precise alignment. A welding robot performs spot welding to secure the components. Once completed, the robot transfers the finished components to storage pallets. In the component welding zone, a robot picks up node components and places them onto a dual-axis positioner, working with the welding robot to complete welding. Integrated Steel Structure Component Production Line. Integrated Assembly and Welding Workstation. First, the 3-axis gantry robot positions the top and bottom flange plates onto the dual-axis positioner. A square tube is placed onto the lifting platform. The dual-axis positioner then rotates 90 degrees, allowing the welding robot to begin welding. After one side is completed, the positioner rotates again, repeating the process until all sides are fully welded. Next, the square tubes at both ends are placed onto the lifting platform and clamped. Once raised to the designated height, a gantry crane retrieves the node components and places them into their assembly positions. Welding is then carried out to complete the integrated structural component. Integrated Grinding and Inspection Workstation. The assembled structural component is moved to a semi-axis positioner. After securing, a grinding robot grinds and polishes the weld seam. The positioner rotates 4 times to complete polishing on all sides. An inspection device scans the component, performs quality inspection, and uploads the results to the central control system. End-face Precision Milling Workstation. After conducting analysis through the ICCS, parameters are sent back to the end-face milling machine. The end-face milling machine, with the structural components secured, executes system instructions to perform high-precision milling on the column base flange. Shot blasting workstation. Components are transferred to the shot blasting conveyor. Inside the machine, abrasive blasting removes surface rust and impurities. Smart coating workstation. The RGV transports steel components to the smart coating workstation. After coating, the RGV transports components into the automated drying chamber. Once dried, components are moved to the temporary storage area. The HHBT Smart Steel Structure Factory has achieved full workshop smart management. From planning and design to equipment deployment and intelligent operation, 95% of all systems are independently developed by Horizon Homes Building Technologies, integrating intelligent manufacturing across the entire production process. Our smart factory and equipment can be tailored to user needs, delivering the next generation of building systems to partners across the globe.